Court, the movie podcast where Sean
and Michael
watch shit, talk shit, and most importantly, eat shit. We are the law.
And guess what we saw? We saw Poor Things. Poor Things. Can you believe it?
Oh, these poor things.
They're so poor. They're so poor.
These poor little things. Why did you do it to my poor little thing?
My things are poor. Your things are rich.
Why come you did this to my poor things?
Why come?
We watched Gobbalopodus Napadopodus. What is his name? Yanath Kalaganglukath?
Greek guy.
Yorgos Lanthimos?
At the same time.
More like Yorgos Lanthim least. Just kidding. No, he's good.
Your guess is good as mine is what I would call him.
Your guess is as good as most. Lanthimos. Is that good?
Yeah, I think that's pretty good.
Okay, we'll keep that one.
Yeah.
You know what happens in this film?
A lot happens.
Yeah.
A lot happens.
Well, I'll tell you.
Okay.
I'll tell you every little bit. This is the plot. Right. There's a lady.
Mm-hmm.
She was sad. Spoiler alert. She was sad.
Very.
And she killed herself. And this cruel man, Dr. Frankenstein, essentially, but his actual name is Godwin.
Mm-hmm.
And she calls him God.
Yeah.
Found her dead body in the drink. He pulled it out. He shocked her a bit and brought her back to life. But should we tell the actual? Should we? Spoiler.
Huge spoiler.
Spoiler.
Mute the podcast for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
To be safe if you haven't.
And then actually keep it muted.
Yeah, don't ever.
You don't have to listen to it. Just play it. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Engagement. When you engage with it, just say, "Oh, I loved that episode" for vague reasons.
Yes, it was
nothing in particular.
I liked how they talked about the movie. You know, they really talked about it.
Yes, they referenced it for about 58 minutes. They talked about the movie Poor Things, which is the movie that they watched.
Mm-hmm. It really is.
She's got a baby's brain.
She has a baby's brain.
She has a baby's brain. And also people, spoiler alert, try to finger her. So it's... Now, it depends on whether you believe that the soul is...
a baby.
In the brain? Or is it in the body? Or is it a combination of the two? If so, what's going on?
Perhaps
what's up, Mr. Lanthimos?
What if the soul is ageless and it time is a concept only us mere mortals can need to have.
Yeah.
And perhaps the soul is outside of time.
So when you think about it that way, there is no fingering. If you open your mind. So she's got a baby's brain. So she's learning to be a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And mostly that involves her banging. She likes to bang and she likes to eat food and she goes, ugh, that's gross. And she learns how to dance and walk and be a grown folk. And
read books.
She reads books. She meets various men who take advantage of her in various ways.
Classic.
Mark Ruffalo. There's that creepy old lady who runs a whorehouse. She becomes a whore, which is cool. Or a prostitute, or also a sex worker. Though they didn't use that phrase in the kind of, I don't know, liminal time that they exist in.
Yeah, because it's kind of like old future-y mix of things.
It's like it's old. It's like a Walt Disney World kind of place almost.
Yeah,
but you can get. Well, I guess you could get fingered in Disney World. I'm sure plenty of people have gotten fingered at Disney World. Tweet at us if you've been fingered in or around Disney World or Disneyland.
Yes.
Or is there still one in Japan or Europe or something like that?
There's gotta be, right?
If you've been fingered in any Disney property or in a Disney store, like the Disney factory store.
Yes.
Or in a Disney movie. Or if you were wearing a Disney shirt. That's a good option. Tweet at us.
That is a great option. That's probably the most likely option.
Yeah, that's definitely...
you don't know. You never know when that opportunity is going to happen. So why would you... You can't dress for that occasion. What do you wear to a fingering? I don't know.
Oh, that's my first fingering. What am I going to wear?
Baby's first.
Baby's first finger. I mean, that is essentially what the movie is.
It is,
and it should be called Four Things: Baby's First Fingering.
The unexpected virtue of baby's first fingering.
So that's what happens, and she comes into her own.
Yes,
she decides that maybe she's a little bit country, a little bit rock and roll. She likes to bang anybody who's got banging powers.
Hey,
and also she becomes smart, and she meets her old husband, who made her want to kill herself. And you know what she does to him? She uses powers. She uses Frankenstein powers. And wait, does she put a goat's brain in his head?
She puts a goat's brain in his head. I wanted to see a goat with his brain, but it didn't happen.
That would have been kind of cool. I don't think you could
fit a human's brain, I guess.
You could crack it out a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, you could find a big goat. Are there big goats? I've seen big goats.
Yeah. Sure.
Or maybe you can put the brain in like the back of the neck or something and cover it up with some hair or something. And then just stitch together all the whatever, spinal cord and whatever else you need in there.
We'll have to wait till the sequel to see what happens.
Horror things.
Horror things.
Poor thingser?
Poor thingser. I like
Poor
that
Things
one.
2?
Poor Things 2 is pretty good.
I'll tell you what. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Bring back the 2.
Yes.
Every movie has no 2. There's no 2s anymore. Bring back the 2.
Bring back the 2.
Please.
I wasn't on the Aquaman episode, but I did agree. I was like...
Aquaman 2.
Just call it. Yeah, it's the second one.
It's not Halloween, the breaking of the neighborhood. It's Halloween 2.
Yeah, just Halloween 2.
It's not Halloween Evil Dies Tonight, Part 2, number 1. Just make it... okay.
Now, wait. How do you feel about this instead? Halloween, Evil Dies Tonight, and Dumb Ghost, whatever, like instead of calling them like Halloween, are you open to that, or is that too confusing?
That's fine with me.
Just it would be nice
subtitle. It's no less confusing than there being 4 different Halloween 2s.
Yeah,
5. True. Because Because there's Halloween and there's Halloween 2.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then, isn't Halloween H2O sort of a Halloween 2 or something?
Because...
isn't it a sequel to 1 or something weird?
I think so. I don't think they acknowledge the second one. I don't
know why I started talking about this. It's a bad idea to start talking about it.
Yeah, because we could talk about this for hours, and we're not going to. Because we have to talk about...
We're talking about fucking Poor Things, dog.
Which I will shout out to my friend. He... kept calling it Poor People. He was like, "Are we gonna go see Poor People?"
See Poor People.
I was like, "I mean, sure. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Along the way, we might.
Yeah.
See.
You go see Poor People at Burger King, and then you go see Poor Things at the movie theater.
Yeah. Which this was not playing in any theater in North Carolina, except this indie theater called the Appétit Theater. And it was wild because I'd never seen screens like this. So instead of the theater seats descending towards the screen, it almost they almost went down, and it felt like you were looking down like a tube into the screen. It was kind of interesting. What? I'd never been in a theater like that. I was like, whoa! I feel like I'm the screen's looking into me.
If you work at Aperture. Explain yourself. Tweet at us at FoodCourtCast. Why did you do that?
It was a good experience.
Oh, okay.
It was just interesting. I was like, whoa, I've never been in a theater like this.
I'll change the tone. If you work at Aperture, why did you do that?
Why did you do that?
Tweet at us at Food Court Cast and tell us, why did you do that?
Why did you do that?
Michael?
Yeah?
We've come to the part of the show that pains us the most.
This is your favorite part.
This is my least favorite part, which is to say nice things about a movie. I prefer to get cruel and get mean.
I love taking a big old dump.
Yeah.
Dirty.
Worst part, Emma Stone being nude a lot. Yuck.
P-U-S-S-Y. Too much of it.
Okay, so the beef lamure of the movie, I would like you to tell me yours, Michael, please. First,
I always like to know, what did you think of it? What was your overall, when you left the theater, what were you filled with other than popcorn?
I don't think I had any popcorn.
Yeah, probably.
I was filled with like, oh yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Now, it's another one of those movies. It's the trouble with any movie at the end of the year where it's like, every movie that you see at the end of the year is the finest movie that's ever been made.
True.
The greatest thing that's ever been produced by man. It's like Maestro. There has never been a better thing. Even that one time when you were like 10 and you had cake, and but someone got you an ice cream cake which you'd never had before, and it blew your fucking mind. It's better than that. And nothing is as good as the first time I had ice cream cake.
No, nothing.
But I did like it.
Yeah, exactly.
I just thought it was not maybe the best movie that's ever been made.
No, and it's not even my favorite of his movies, but I did like it a lot.
Yeah. I thought it was quite fun, quite funny. Was. It made me think a little bit, which is nice.
Yeah.
Not too much. I didn't have to think too much.
I like a little bit of thinking. But...
What's the best part of this movie, though, Michael?
Okay, this is going to really surprise you.
Are you going to say Mark Ruffalo?
No.
That wouldn't surprise me that much. He's good.
It could ruffle a few feathers, if you know what I'm saying. No, it's very hard for me not to say Willem Dafoe just because I love Willem Dafoe.
He's good.
But I think...
And great makeup on Willem Dafoe.
The makeup was amazing. They killed it. Such a cool design and just like, whoa. Yeah. Like that first shot of him where it's just like on his face is great. But I'm just going to have to say Emma Stone. I thought she did great. I loved her development of that character and going from just like basically a baby to just like a fully fleshed out character. I thought she did great. I was like,
horny baby.
Awesome. Yeah, horny.
That's a good alternate title, is horny baby.
Horny, yeah.
Has anybody made a movie? I'm afraid to Google it.
Don't do it.
But if no one has done a movie called Horny Baby, I'm writing it down and I'm keeping it. Tweet at us if you have written a movie called Horny Baby.
Horny Baby.
I won't write a movie called Horny Baby, but if you haven't, then I will absolutely. That sounds like a perfect kind of like sleazy. It's about like this girl. She turns 18 and she gets out of the house and she's like on a crime spree or something, and she shoots people and she's fucking and fighting.
Fucking and fighting. I like that. That's horny another baby. Good title.
Horny Baby. This summer, Horny Baby.
Horny Baby 2. Fucking and fighting.
I've been bad. I'm the Horny Baby. It's horrifying. We should be killed.
Yeah, we should.
We should be immediately.
A drone is going to blow both of us up right now.
No, not unless we say Free Palestine or something.
Oh,
and then they'll just blast us.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Being anti-genocide is just a one-way ticket to being murdered by psychos.
I mean, people talk bad about genocide, but I think it's kind of cool. Generally, now not. They're actually bad, but they're cool. If that makes any sense. It's
interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's always bad things that are interesting.
Yeah.
To see, like when the sea turtles are trying to get to the water and the seagulls are killing all them. You're like, this is fascinating. It's brutal. it's kind of a lot, but I love when people are like, I saw a video of like a beached whale and people were like, oh, the cruel beauty of nature. It's like, what are you talking about? That's just fucked up. Like, it's not beautiful. It's sad.
That's what I say when I'm watching like any news.
Yeah.
News from Gaza Strip this week. The cruel beauty. Of nature. Nature's so beautiful, isn't it? The cruel beauty of nature.
It's insanity.
God has created us and he's made us so interesting and beautiful.
But back to Horny Baby, I did think... yeah. I do. This is the last I'll speak on it, but...
Okay. You can keep going if you want to.
No. The listeners are ready for us to move on, but there's one last thing to say. I keep thinking about the movie after Horny Baby. So on the trailer it says from the director of Horny Baby.
And that's me.
That'd be great. Yeah,
from the director of Horny Baby this summer.
That's me.
It's Wife Beater. That seems like the kind of movie that would be a sequel to Horny Baby.
Yeah, but it'd have to be some kind of wife beater, not just
yeah. Or it could just be. It could be like the shirt itself, fighting people or something.
Oh, okay, I like it.
Or the shirt. It's like, wait, who's the serial killer who kills serial killers?
Dexter.
Yeah, it's like Dexter, except the shirt kills people who beat wives.
That's amazing. Yeah. I like that. That's wife nice. Beater.
Or
that
just
would be cool.
The wife and beater is in italics.
Oh,
beater. Okay, this is my favorite part.
Yeah,
of
what
Poor
was
Things.
Your favorite part?
I had many favorite parts. So many. I laughed. Mm-hmm. I never cried.
Mm-mm.
I don't think I felt very much emotionally other than laughter and enjoying myself.
Exactly.
But that's fine.
I felt the same.
The very best part is, for me, kind of set design, backgrounds.
Yeah.
The world that they made, which seemed, honestly, I truly don't know if it was a real place or a fake place. Like, if they went to a real place and just painted it weird.
Yeah.
Or if they built a whole kind of portion of a city, which seems more expensive than maybe this movie could do, but maybe it has that good of a budget. I don't know.
Yeah, some of it looked so like its own thing. Yeah. Like there's like when she's walking down the alleyways and stuff, maybe, they could
that stuff somewhere. Looks like it is in a place.
Yeah, exactly. Or like the hotel looks like a real hotel. But some of it, like the set piece of like Alexandria, looked very otherworldly, which I thought was really cool. But
all that stuff is so cool.
Yeah, it's very, very.
I like that they made the decision to just be like, well, this exists in a world, but it doesn't exist in the real world. Though some real-ish things happen. I mean, there's still people eating food. And gambling and going to a sex worker and doing banging. But there's also like skies that are purple and green.
Yeah.
And the boat runs on green smoke.
Yeah.
It's just like cool stuff like that. Which is honestly what I want to happen with CG more and more often. Like why isn't every movie like that?
I know.
Like, why is there a movie about an Ant-Man and he either is at a real street or in, like, goop? He's just in, like, a goop land? Why can't he be in a fantastical land that, like, looks cool?
That would be awesome.
Why can't that be in every... well, hopefully the way it's happening now, there will be no more superhero movies for a while.
Fingers crossed.
But if they do... maybe they could be like, what if this looked like something interesting?
Yeah, wait a minute. What if we design this to be engaging and appealing so that people aren't instantly like, well, that just looks fake?
Yeah.
Because it's not
even fake in a good way.
Yeah, like I wasn't sitting there doing poor things. Wow, that's a real ocean. But I was just like immersed because it had a style to it.
Yes,
and it was seamless. And I don't know, I haven't looked into this, but I think they may have used that technique of filming against one of those screens.
Oh, maybe
the curved screens, because it felt like way more integrated into it. Because that's the big problem when it's all green screen. It's just you can see the layers sometimes. Yeah. And this felt a lot more like seamless, at least for like when there's people in the main parts of the shot. So I agree. I thought it looked cool.
It looked really good. And that was my most favorite part.
Yeah.
I just thought basically in general, all of the design was really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the rooms, all the costumes, all the makeup was great. Just mustaches, really good mustaches.
Great mustaches.
And I just thought it was lovely.
It was a lovely time. I love there's a couple design pieces I'll bring up. This is the design segment.
Would you?
Yeah. Ba-ba-da-ba. Ding dong ding. Hey everybody, look at the stuff that we liked.
Design
time. It's design time. Sorry. There's a real
brought to you by Home Depot.
More Home saving, Depot. More doing.
Is that their thing?
Yeah.
I like that.
It's good.
This segment is brought to you by Home Depot. More saving, more doing. It's design time on Food Court. Up next.
More sucking, more fucking. Poor things.
More sucking, more fucking. Horny baby. In theaters now.
Look who's horny now. That's so dumb.
From the director of Clawhammer, it's Horny Baby. In theaters now. You've seen babies before, but you've never seen them horny. To be clear, this is an 18-year-old, so nothing weird. It's just she's just called a baby because, that's what you call young women.
Yeah.
In theaters now.
In theaters now. I think it's going to be a hit.
Yeah.
But back to design time.
Design time. Brought to you by Home Depot. More saving, more doing.
That's the power of the Home Depot. So there is a cool bust. That's what you call just the heads, right? The bust.
Well, I think the head and chest, right?
Head and chest. It's kind of a little less than a chest. Head and neck.
Yeah.
Maybe a little shoulders. I don't know. But there's a sculpture in Godwin's house that it's like against a mirror. And there's like a person's face, but then on the other side of that column is the back of the head of the sculpture, and I just thought that was really goofy and really wild. Cool. It's like, that's crazy. It's just like, that was great. I loved the brothel had penis windows, which I didn't notice until the end credits, where they're like showing all the shots of stuff. They're like, the bottom of the window is like the head of a penis, and it's like I was like, whoa, that's pretty nice.
Pretty nice. Did you go, ooh, baby?
Ooh,
reminds me of a dick.
It reminds me of a dick.
There aren't enough reviews that are like that.
I know. That's why I love our show, because we do things that people are not willing to do, but they do not know that they are missing out on it.
Design time. Brought to you by Home Depot. More saving, more doing.
Get it? Get it?
Get it while it's hot.
Hot. Now serving pretzels.
Do they have pretzels at Home Depot?
No.
Sounds awesome,
amazing. Though. Sorry, anybody who was at Home Depot listening to this, they were probably in a panic now.
While we're talking about it.
Yes.
I want to say this to all the people listening and watching.
Mm-hmm.
We can give up on the pretzel bun. It's fine, but the pretzel is so good.
Yes.
You don't need to put other shit with it.
That's very true.
Maybe a little mustard, maybe a little cheese or something.
I like dip, yeah.
Yeah, you can dip it in something, but you don't need to put a sandwich on there. It's too much. It's too there can be too much of a good thing, and a pretzel bun is absolutely too much. They've got a Baconator with the pretzel bun, and it's just
competition.
There's already enough flavor on there.
It's like, okay, maybe a sandwich where there isn't 2 stars.
Yeah.
You can't, the stars are going to start fighting. Pretzel and bacon, that's a fight to the death.
Hamburger, cheese.
That's 3 stars, 4 if you count the pretzel.
Yeah. And then you add pretzel in there? What lettuce. The fuck?
Boo. Dud.
Yeah, lettuce sucks. I mean, it's fine, but it does suck.
The best supporting actor goes to pickles, not lettuce. Sorry.
Pickles are so good.
I love pickles. Pickles
goes to pickles.
Pickles.
This segment is brought to you by Pickles. More eating, more sour. We need a good slogan for pickles.
Yeah, pickles. They're really good.
Okay, let me try that. While you're thinking of a second option, I'll try that one out. Pickles, they're really good.
Pickles, slimy, yet.
Yeah.
Tangy.
Yeah. They're wet, but they crunch.
Yeah. Name something else that's wet and crunches. I dare you.
Horny baby. She's wet and she crunches. Horrifying. We need to be fired. Can you be fired from the internet? We need to be fired from the internet.
You can. I think so.
To be clear, this is an 18-year-old, and she decided to be called horny baby.
All 4 of the clips I get from this are going to be horny baby. People are going to be like, what the hell are they talking about?
But that's good. What we need is controversy. We need people to be like, my son is a horny baby, and I don't think it's funny to make fun of that.
Yeah. Some of us are born that way. Sorry. And like, there's like all these sides, like some are in support, some are against.
What's so funny about horny babies? I've been horny since I was 4 years old. That's okay.
Every baby's horny. Have you ever met a baby that wasn't horny?
Yeah. Babies like tits, and I like tits. I'm a fucking horny adult, so that must be a horny baby. Suck it up.
We don't think about that. When I'm going, oh, whoa, look at those. Maybe it's the baby in me.
Yeah.
That
I'm hungry. I'm just hungry.
Me hungry for nothing. I'm not for pickles. They're cucumbers that we soaked.
This next segment is brought to you by Pickles. They're wet and they crunch.
That's very good.
In theaters now.
What more could you ask for?
We can't only talk about the good things. Or do you have more?
I do have. I'm so sorry. I have a few more.
No, that's good. I wish you would. I wish you would. Go ahead.
I loved Willem Dafoe's weird burping with the gas bubbles.
Oh yeah. That felt like some Twin Peaks season 3 shit right there.
Absolutely. It was very just like, what? What the fuck is this shit? And I think there were 3, if I'm not mistaken, which is it's the classic rule. You got to do it 3 times.
Tweet at us if you know the rules of comedy at Food Court Cast. Of course, you know that the rule is the rule of 3s.
Yeah. So you can kind of piece together what that means.
3 burp bubbles.
3 burp bubbles.
From Horny Baby.
See, we had to complete it. That was the
3
third.
Burp bubbles.
3 critics are giving it.
3 burp bubbles. This next segment is brought to you by 3 burp bubbles. In theaters now. It does sound nice though.
Yeah, I love it. I love burp bubbles, and I love pickles, and I love Home Depot. I love all of those things.
Pickles, more saving, more doing.
Pickles. Stick them in your mouth, and yep, it's in there.
Okay, let me try that one. This segment is brought to you by Pickles. stick them in your mouth, and yeah, it's in there.
See, it worked.
That really is good. Yeah. Stick it in your mouth, and yeah, it's in there.
It could also work for fingering. Stick it in your
yeah.
Stick it in your hole, and yeah,
it's in there. That's nice too.
Okay, I liked the burping. I like the severed head of that horse on the cart. Do you remember that? I died laughing the first time I saw that. There was a lot of laughter. The second time we saw it, there wasn't as much laughter. Me and my friends were laughing, but actually the row in front of us, this dude got so offended by the movie, he like stormed out and left. Yeah. And he was with a bunch of people, and they slowly kept trickling out. And then I guess they were like trying to convince him to stay, but he wouldn't, so they had to all leave. But it was when she started exploring her genitals. Yeah, he was like, no, and he wouldn't
I hate
have
that,
it.
Man.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
that's not what I like.
I didn't come here to watch no horny baby. If I wanted to watch a horny baby, I'd go see Horny Baby in the theater next door. Or he leaves poor things and he's like, let's see what else.
Well, they got the wife beater. They got the man who is a dog. That one looks interesting. And they got Horny Baby. What's that about? I will say, the theater experience was quite wonderful for this. For me, because people were so aghast.
Yeah. Like,
there's so much crazy shit in it, and it's so yucky. And like the combination of those two is like a real good one to make people really uncomfortable.
Yes, yeah.
Like seeing X in the theater with a bunch of people, and people were just like, what the because it's like hey, there's tits, and then there's a murder, and you're like, oh, God, what the fuck is happening? Exactly. And it's a similar thing where there's, like, stabbing holes and slicing, and you're like, oh, my God, this is fucked up. And then there's a titty, and you're like, well, that's pretty. And then there's like, and you're like, what the fuck is this movie? But
slimy, gross, wild. It was.
People were like,
I was laughing and horrified when she was stabbing that dead guy's face. He like,
oh yeah,
she's just like, I was like, holy shit, that was wild. But I like that. It was nice.
You do the same. If you were, let's say we put your brain into Emma Stone's body.
Wow.
You would stab a dead body, right?
Oh yeah, first thing. Well, no, second thing. First thing I would do like when Fred gets inside of Daphne. Oh, yeah. That sounds weird. When his soul they switch souls and he's like, well, I got boobs. That's probably what I'd do first. But my name's Emma Stone.
Be calling the paparazzi out.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going? Hey, like that, fellas.
Earlier, me and my friend did think of a bit of a lady playing the drums with her boobs, and I thought that would be cool. So, if anyone can make that happen. Have you seen,
Michael, the clip of the woman who smashes cans?
Yes,
with her ginormo breasts.
Yeah,
it's really
exciting.
Amazing.
Yeah. I want the can to be my head.
Smash. Yeah. Your eyes are bleeding. Like, it was worth it.
Yeah, great job.
And then you die. Or there's guys under the table. They put their balls through a little hole. She's smashing each man's testicles with her giant boob. That would be awesome. And they're just like, and over and over and over again.
And whoever's yell is the lowest decibels wins.
That's really smart.
Mm-hmm.
That's for our game show. What will it be called? Ball Smashers?
Ball Smashers is pretty good.
It's an entire game show about like testicle torture. Every different game is about surviving brutal torture of your testicles.
Welcome back to Ball Smashers, the #1 testicle torture TV show.
People would absolutely watch that.
Oh my gosh. I mean, you saw like the fake Squid Games with everyone was. I was like, man, we're like that much that close to like full on Coliseum crap again.
Absolutely
terrifying.
Especially when you see like there's like bombs blowing up in like places that aren't even Israel, and you're like, wait a minute, other people are blowing up bombs in other places that are close to there and making other people mad. Wow, we are fucked.
Just so a nightmare.
We're so fucked.
I did really like that in this movie. The guy was just like, we're a fucked species. Like we're totally done for. But I did like when she was kind of like, well, you're just scared and trying to make sense of everything.
Yeah.
It makes sense. I was like, yeah.
I mean, yeah. I think they can both be right.
Absolutely. It felt like.
I mean, it's like different sides of the same coin, you know. Basically, he's like, everything sucks and it's horrible and look at how awful everything is. And that's true.
Yeah.
But also, if you go to dinner and have a meal, you're like, maybe everything's great.
Everything's great. I've been missing some Nashville places. I'm going to be real.
I'm sorry.
The fact that I can't just straight up go to some of these places anymore, it's tough. I'm like,
I can send it to you.
Yes, please.
It'll
freeze it in a box.
Okay.
Send it to me.
I will.
Thank you.
I'm going to send it in the nitrous oxide. Wait, nitrous oxide?
Sure.
Wait, is that the thing that's really cold? Liquid nitrogen is the thing that's really cold. I'm going to send it in the liquid nitrogen truck from T2.
Yeah.
But it's going to be like a single taco. Inside of there, deep frozen. Yeah. And also T1000 is driving the truck. And regular Terminator, who we like, is blasting him, but they're driving all the way to North Carolina.
Yeah, just to get
when they arrive, it spills, and the one taco comes out, and you have to find a way to defrost it.
Yeah, I wonder how that works. It's amazing to me, but we don't need to get into it. I was just like, it's amazing you can just flash freeze something.
Yeah,
and it doesn't kill it. It's just like, it's just suddenly frozen. That's crazy.
Can that happen to me?
I don't know. I don't think we've tried it yet. I'm surprised we haven't.
Isn't that what we did to Walt Disney?
Oh yeah, I guess maybe. But the technology.
What if maybe he's in there freezing? He's just like, oh, fucking, I didn't know I was gonna feel cold.
Yeah.
But I do like these podcasts. I don't know why you talk like that.
He's right next to my taco.
How's it going? My name's Walt Disney.
I'd eat that taco if it wasn't solid ice.
Hey, are you guys making cartoons out of my famous Steamboat Willie cartoon just because the copyright is... I mean, what the fuck is that shit?
I'm excited to see what comes out of that.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Do I tweet at us if I look like Walt Disney? Just let us know if I look like Walt Disney. But it can't only be positive things. We gotta talk trash. We need a low man of the picture. Trash. Did you have a low main of this picture, Mr. Michael?
I really struggled to think of one because I had such a good time with it. Yes. And nothing really stuck out that like bothered me.
Well, Michael.
And
I've got one.
Okay, you go.
And now, this is not all the time. Okay, so I want to be clear. This is not all of the time.
Yeah.
But some of the time, Mark Ruffalo's accent is a mess.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's usually fine because it doesn't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
Like, since he's not from a real place.
Yeah.
Anyway, it doesn't matter that his accent is like some kind of weird English, British American kind of combo thing.
Yeah.
But sometimes it definitely does change.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Sometimes it like is purely just his regular voice.
Yeah.
Other times it's like, I don't know who that is.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh. Oh. I will say, I liked that bit better in the movie than I did in the commercial.
Absolutely, yeah.
In the trailer, I was like, what the fuck is this? And then in the movie, I was like, oh, that's funny. That's what it is.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, because she like kisses him. No, she just slaps him out of nowhere. Yeah. Once I was used to his character, I was like, okay, whatever. This is just he's just wild.
He's good. He's really good.
I love his character, and I laugh so much at all of his stuff.
He's so funny.
When he just keeps yelling the C word, like
yes,
he's like crazy.
It's so good. I also enjoyed the fact that it was funny the whole time, but it did remind me like how bad trailers have gotten for comedies.
Yeah.
Or just, I feel like they've gotten bad for good movies or something.
All around, yeah.
Because like Wonka, which I thought was nice and good. Not incredible, but just like a nice, good movie that I liked and made me feel good.
Oh.
That trailer fucking sucks.
Horrible. It makes you want to never see it.
Horrible trailer. Yeah. And it's got the same material as the movie. It's just like the spacing is wrong or whatever, and they just show annoying parts or what. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, and it was kind of similar with the Poor Things trailer where it was like, I can see that this is probably going to be pretty good because I've liked this guy's other movies and the idea is funny and like that kind of stuff. And it's got people I like in it. But the trailer itself is like, okay, well, I guess that's probably going to be pretty good, right?
Yeah, sure.
But that's about it. That's all I got from it. I wasn't like, oh shit, yeah, let's watch this fucking movie.
I'm definitely in the less is more camp with trailers, but yeah, it was a little wonky.
Yeah.
And it was definitely one of those like, this could either be pretty fun or like they really messed this up and it's not good.
I don't know anymore.
Yeah, sometimes.
I don't know anymore.
But then you see a trailer like Beekeepers and you're like, oh, I'm going to see that.
Like, this movie looks fucking amazing.
I love it.
I can't wait for this fucking movie.
Action trailers have only gotten better. Yeah. Not counting Marvel or DC, but like just straight up action.
Yeah. What I mean, maybe it's just something where they're less spoilable or something.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, okay, you know what the story of this is? He's a beekeeper. And also, he's in an organization called the Beekeepers.
Yeah, exactly.
And he kills. And you like Jason Statham, don't you? And if you don't, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? He's one of those guys that I feel like is in maybe like 1/30 of the movies he makes are any good at all.
Yeah.
But those movies are so good that I'm like, oh, I love Jason Statham. I love him so much.
Yeah, exactly.
But he's in so much shit. But I love him.
Yeah.
If you're listening, Jason Statham, I still love Wrath of Man. I still think it's a masterpiece. Thank you so much for all that you do.
Thank you for being Chev Chelios twice.
Oh.
The great movies. The Crank
make
films.
Crank 3.
Have you ever seen them? Yeah, make Krithrank would be
Thrank.
Cool. Yeah, Thrank.
That's pretty nice. Tweet at us if you are Neville Dean and Taylor. Ooh. I know that you guys I feel like you make movies separately now or something, but Jason Statham's still alive. You guys are alive. Who else is alive? Dwight Yoakam is alive.
Dwight Yoakam's.
There's definitely like still famous Asian and Hispanic guys who can be in the movie and be bad guy or Italian guys. I don't feel like there were ever Italian mobsters in the Crank movies, but it'd be nice to have some.
Bring them back.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be great.
That's my wish list.
You know what my wish list is? To hear what the worst part of Poor Things was.
So, okay, I agree with you with the accent, but I just loved his character so much. But
yeah, I didn't care.
I'll say, I think the last little bit with her and the other husband, was not my favorite of the movie. Like it felt like kind of a little bit rushed, like a little like okay. He's evil, and I didn't really like him that much. Not to bash him, but just you're not supposed to like him, obviously. But like his performance was just kind of, I don't know. Especially with how like wild everyone else was. He was kind of just like, I have a gun. And I was like, okay,
I'm the guy.
I don't know. He was my least like memorable. Just kind of like,
Yes.
And it was it just felt really tacked on or something.
Yes.
I
felt kind of the same way. It felt like the worst part of the movie was the last part of the movie, which is not the way. That's not the great way to do it. Though we all know ending movies is the hardest possible thing to do.
Absolutely.
The beginning and the middle are pretty easy.
Yeah.
But ending it is tough.
Nailing an ending is
and even.
Hard.
I kind of felt like the ending, where like everything's okay, and which is nice. I was fine with that, but it just felt weird to me that it just felt like a little on the nose for a kind of we've made a feminist work of art, which is cool, but also like and everything worked out okay, and. I don't know. It felt like the ending didn't fit the rest of the story. Or maybe the rest of the story seems like so cynical that maybe, I don't know, but maybe I'm wrong.
It was interesting.
I was glad that they were happy.
Me too. Yeah. I was like, okay, this is nice. And I thought the goat was funny. Even though that character was a little whatever, but
with all due respect,
but I liked him being a goat. That was a good reveal.
Yes.
And there were throughout the movie. There's weird, just like shots where they zoom in on animals or something random, and I love that kind of like when they first are having sex. For some reason, a pigeon flies in, and the camera just like zooms in on its.
Yeah,
face. I love crazy stuff like that. So there's so much to love. I will say, as much as I like, I think her name is Margaret Qualley. Is that who played the second experiment lady?
Oh yes, yeah, maybe.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And she was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yes. But
that also felt kind of like just there and like didn't really add anything.
Completely unresolved.
Like, yeah. And she didn't, I know like she was supposed to be less advanced or something and not cared for. So it was different. But it just, it felt like they did nothing with her at all.
Yes.
It just was like, okay.
I'm always in favor of someone else cute in a movie.
Yeah, she's great.
But it was just kind of like, well, okay. She's playing with a ball.
Yeah, I liked when she hit the maid lady's hand with that mallet. That was cool.
Yeah, that was really good.
I also love when Emma Stone tries to tries to finger her, and she goes, "She touched my hairy business." I really like that. That was a classic.
Hey, it's a classic.
It's a classic.
Pardon me.
I masked your clearing a throat with my
fake
smart clearing. So
that's real cinema. We just made a movie.
Yeah.
We have tentative, so don't actually count on this. Plans to do a year-end episode, even though it's the beginning of the new year.
Yeah.
Of the best and worst movies. Don't give it away, but is Poor Things anywhere close?
I liked it a lot.
Okay.
And I liked it maybe more than some things I saw.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to guess it's not on your top, but I'm not going to.
I shouldn't have said that, but no.
That's good.
I think I did put it in my, like, right around the end of the list to see, like, if the day of, that movie fucking rules. Sometimes that happens to me where I'm just like, well, that movie sucks. Or that wasn't that good.
It's tough. Or movies I never saw again, because sometimes I see a movie a second time and I go, I don't know if I did like that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
When I left Dark Knight Rises, I was like, that was awesome. And then I watched it again. I went, maybe it was just okay.
Yeah. Maybe. But imagine if you saw it again in IMAX. You'd be like, oh, this is the best I've ever seen. There's never been a better movie than this.
Except for Horny Baby.
Except for Horny Baby. Man, if we can shoot that in IMAX, 3D, IMAX 70. Yeah, I'm gonna get the budget so that we can shoot it on IMAX 70.
It's as long as Oppenheimer. It cuts to black and white like it's
someday.
Okay,
but we
you
can't
ready?
Only talk about Poor Things.
Nope, we can't.
We've also got to talk about the other movies we watched this week, which brings us to a segment brought to you by Panda Express. Panda Express presents Express Yourself About the Movies You Watched This Week. Roll that song.
Bing 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 ding 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 bing 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 ding 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 dun dun dun. It's time for the Panda Express. Boop boop, because we got some things to express. Ding ding about the things we watched. Boop boop this week. Dun 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 dun.
Did you watch any movies this week, Michael?
I watched a really, really bad movie.
Ooh, tell me.
A Disney Channel original picture. That was meant to be watched to laugh at because it's bad. Called Jump In, about a young black kid who is into boxing, but then learns he loves double dutch. And his dad's like, are you going to box or are you going to double dutch? It's like the dumbest plot.
When was this made?
2000s, probably 2005, something.
So like a solid 25 years after Double Dutch was like a big thing.
Exactly.
Cool. Good.
And surprisingly stars Keke Palmer from Nope. Is a young Keke Palmer. And Corbin Bleu, who I don't know what else he's in other than Disney stuff. But it's very bad and definitely feels like white people trying to write black people. The whole time. It's so wild. Very, very bad. Anyway, so I saw that.
That's why when I start to work on the script for Horny Baby, I'm going to bring on a full team of women, horny women, and they're going to help me work on the script so it has the veracity. It has the truth. It's not just some man writing about a hot babe killing and fucking. No, it's me and the team, the gals.
Me and the team.
Of different races, of course. Like the good ones.
Yes.
And the important ones. And then we'll just talk about we'll hash it out.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it. And I think
it to the work shed.
Take it to the work shed, take it to the press, let them put it out there. Yeah, let them write. They need something to do. And I think it's going to be great. Did you watch it? I watched something else, but I didn't want to do all mine.
I want you to do yours.
Okay. So I went over to my friend's house and they were doing a marathon of all the Star Wars. Even the ones that aren't the only three good ones. And so Attack of the Clones was on when I got there. And boy, oh boy, that is... People, there are a lot of... I don't want to say fools, but like silly billies that go around saying...
silly.
They're like, oh, the prequels are actually good. No, they're not at all. I'm sorry. No. And like, especially as time has gone by, they look so much more just like green screen with like people standing. There was like a cut to this weird robot in like a cardboard suit, and he's like standing in front of just green. Like, I was like, that is so bad. Like, it's psycho. I was like, man, this isn't. And it's just the writing, like. People knock Hayden Christensen, and yes, he's horrible as Anakin. Horrible. He's like, I killed people, they're dead. But also Natalie Portman in that scene
Yeah.
He opens up about killing all these people, and she literally just stares, no facial reaction, just looking at him, or if he was even there, I don't know, on the day.
Who the fuck knows?
And then she leans next to him and she goes, "It's okay to be mad." I was like, you can't. What? So, no, they're not good.
No.
They're not good.
No. I mean, I'm one of the big that's actually good guys.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that way about every Matrix movie. All of them are actually good.
They're actually good.
Yeah, they're actually really good. But no, those movies fucking suck. They sucked when I was like fucking 18.
Yeah.
Or something. Of course they suck.
Yeah, they're still
as a real person, real adult.
Exactly. And there's straight up, I won't do the voice on the pod out of respect, but they are straight up 2 aliens and they just use a Chinese voice. Yeah. It is crazy. I was like, what? It's crazy. I was like, dang.
Misa?
Go back and watch it. You'll see.
I will.
If you're doubting listening.
What? These are actually great movies.
They're great. And the aliens actually Chinese people sound like those aliens. Okay.
Actually, when you live in the Bangladesh system, that's actually how they talk over there.
It's bad. I do think you can get away with doing it now because you could just say you're being those aliens.
Yeah.
I'm not doing smart. Yeah, what? I wasn't doing that. No, I'm the alien. You know, like that's how they sound like. It's horrible.
I'm not being incredibly racist. I'm portraying the aliens from the feature film Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones, man.
Which is a masterpiece.
Ever seen it? Yeah.
I watched the movie myself, Michael.
Ooh.
And
Tell me about
I may talk about it more on the best or worst list.
Ooh.
If you know what I mean.
Okay. I don't.
The Iron Claw.
Which
is a wrestling movie.
Soon.
I don't know if it's on my top.
Oh, interesting.
But it's flirting with it. And it's just really just a solid movie.
Okay, cool.
Not awesome. To spoil too much, but very sad. I mean, you can tell from the trailer because they talk about the curse and stuff, but it's so fucking sad.
It looks rough.
Jesus Christ, it's so fucking sad. But it's good. It's a really good movie.
That's great.
Very, very good movie. Very, told with a lot more gentleness than you would think a wrestling movie would be told.
Yeah, that's cool.
Told with, and also kind of portrayed more realistically than it's not over the top. It's just kind of real fucking depressing drama.
Yeah.
If you like that kind of stuff, you're gonna love it.
Hell yeah. I'm all about that.
You're gonna be so sad.
I probably will cry a lot.
I can't wait to see it again.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on Friday, I think.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it!
Yeah, baby.
Michael.
Uh-huh.
It's been such a pleasure.
It has been.
Podcasting with you. Happy New Year.
Thank you. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to the listeners. If there's a movie that you want us to watch, I also watched Night Swim. I won't talk about it.
Oh, okay.
No, it sucks. But it wasn't that bad. It's a horror movie, so even it sucked. But I didn't leave the theater, so it must be. Good. I had a great time. It was kind of a piece of shit, but I was like, I'm having a great time. That's just the way the genre works.
That's how it goes.
But if you want us to watch some other movie, tweet at us at Food Court Cast. Give us 5 stars on your Spotify's and your Instagrams and all of your other things. Write us reviews. There's a little Q&A section in the Spotify. Q us, A us. We would love that.
Cue us in the A, please. Yes.
Cue my fucking A, daddy. I'm a horny baby. Cue my A. On behalf of Michael Hampton, I'm Sean Parrott saying to you and yours, bon appetit.